Continuing into the castle of Brest, the protectors of the past found the Book of Eight Lands, a magical tome that protected the leaders of Dassen from poisoning. However, the friends quickly discovered that the book on exhibit was merely an illusion, and the real book was being held in a rope trick spell, nullifying its protection. The guard on duty revealed it was the Regessian Ceramus who cast the spell. Rushing to the aid of Dassen's leaders, the protectors quickly made their way to the dining hall. Moments after the friends arrived, the leaders were affected by some strange magic, driving them to attack each other in a craze, including King Stephengard. Cackling loudly, the king's advisor Nina approached the party as her halfling form fell away to reveal her true form, a writhing mass of ghostly snakes, the Trilith Madness. The main course served in the dining hall was violence. I wrote that last week, and I should not have laughed. I'm going to try it again and edit it.
You were so proud of it, too.
I think it's good.
I really was. I loved it.
I think it's fun. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to try it again. The main course served in the dining hall was violence. Confused leaders fought each other as the party engaged madness. The battle was fought quickly and brutally, and though the protectors nearly fell to the overwhelming madness, the Trilith was slain. Though the craze in the leaders abated, both Bryn and Winry were left injured. Bryn had lost her ability to speak, and Winry had all her memories wiped away. As quiet takes the dining hall, the protectors of the past decide what to do next.
I forgot that I couldn't talk. That's hilarious.
I forgot too.
You can't talk.
There was one more actually that you forgot.
There's one more.
Yeah, well,
Your coin.
yeah, one's less obvious than the others.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. And Rayland also is playing with coins.
Not stop counting his money.
When madness dissipates, the rest of you are left there, looking around for a moment. There's still small amounts of violence, of aggression happening towards the sides of the room, but those quickly also dissipate, mostly in confusion, as though people are trying to figure out what they were doing just a moment ago. After a minute, everyone is looking inwards, towards the center, towards where King Stephengard is kneeling, kind of all four on the ground, hands to the ground on his knees. His head is bowed, sword thrown to the side, looking a broken man. Slowly, as he climbs to his feet, Stephengard looks around at the shocked faces of the wounded and frightened subjects around him. You can see his face is sunken now, back to how it was previously, actually. But it's sunken now with a horror and with disbelief as opposed to with rage. One of his aides, a servant, hands him his crown, which had been knocked away during the battle. But he doesn't put it on. Instead, he holds it in front of himself, as though he doesn't know quite what he's looking at. What have I done? He whispers softly. Let that creature control me. Tie me into a knot with my own grief. The king puts his face in his hands and seems to give in to his despair. And for a long moment, everyone is still in the room, waiting to see what will happen next. Then slowly, as though bearing an enormous weight, the king manages to straighten up and looks towards you all and towards Lord Gallo. Fear I have wronged you most of all. He looks towards Lord Michael Gallo. Says, I nearly destroyed our nation, but you saved it. He looks down once more towards the crown in his hand, and then raises his hand as though to throw it away.
How long between when Madness went down and right now? Like a minute? Less?
About a minute or so, yeah.
Okay.
Long enough for that panicked searching and looking for enemies to abate. Not long enough for that stillness, the quiet in after the battle to have picked up, though.
I'll hobble over to Steppengard, and I've just got, like, I'm barely standing. I have blood coming out of every part of my body, like ears, nose, eyes, everything. So I'm probably pretty terrible sight, but I kind of like wipe my face off as I walk over, and I'll say, what happened here was indeed vile. But King Steppengard, the entire weight of the Regessians and of these Trilith fell upon you and you alone. I don't know that any man could stand under that weight. And fortunately, all of your nobles survived. Things can still be put right.
Considers for a moment, looking towards you. Considers once more throwing the crown. Says, "You think I should keep this then? I should bear the weight of this once more."
Every man should know his limit. If you think that it is beyond your ability. Lord Gallo, do you have any children?
I do. I have 3.
Though,
Bob,
Don't-
Joe, and Sarah.
though, when he said Michael, I was gonna say, yeah, sorry, Mike.
Who is in line after Steppengard dies again? Is it Megadon?
Megadon would have been, yes.
Would have been. So we have time to rewrite that, perhaps?
That would have been in the case of a death, not in the case of a amicable and peaceful
Transition of power.
Transition of power.
Okay.
What I will say towards Lord Gallo is he sacrificed his own men and put his own land in danger to maintain Dassen. He, along with Dashkoban and Timor, are the true patriots here. So if the crown is to be passed, I can think of no better option than Lord Gallo.
Steppengard kind of looks up towards Gallo from the crown.
Who's pretty
As
fucked
though-
up, right? Like, Gallo is
little bit,
nearly
yeah.
dead.
He's hurting.
I'll go ahead and, while we're talking, I'll finish my sentence and just say, like, if it's all right, I'm going to cast some healing magic onto Lord Gallo. He looks rather injured. And if no one stops me, I'll pull up my diviner and I'll go ahead and use my last second level spell and cast Healing Word on him and heal him for 8 hit points.
Okay. Steppengard begins to like proffer the crown towards Gallo a little bit, almost like the hand is almost moving of its own accord, like sliding in his direction. And Gallo reaches out with one hand, but instead of trying to take it, he puts one hand and almost to stop it, says, "Do not know that I wish this burden either. I am needed elsewhere than Bresk. I do not think it is my place to be here."
Then what do you suggest, Lord Gallo?
If you do not have any firm beliefs, I think that the lords and ladies should meet, and we collectively should determine who takes power. I mean you no offense, but at the end of the day, we are Dassen.
I'll step a little bit closer to both of them and say, while I see, I'll kind of say it quietly to them, while I see the wisdom in... Rayland, can you stop flipping those coins around for just a second?
130, 132.
While I see the wisdom in that sort of a conversation, we don't fully know where each of the lords and ladies' allegiances lie. We don't know if there's some connection. We know now that Regesia had a pretty clear hand in all of these events and were working with the Trilith. Who knows if one of the other lords or ladies might have aided them? Maybe.
I understand your concern here, but at the same time, we will not be... You're not speaking of deposing lords and ladies, are you? Rumor and supposition?
Merely suggesting that we should conduct an investigation to make sure that each of the lords and ladies are loyal to Dassen and not to Regesia.
Well... kind of considering it for a moment. And then from the other side of the room, Lord Megadon kind of speaks up, kind of clears his throat, says, well, I knew that I would have been next in line, but perhaps it would be more fair to pick someone who is more middle ground than the rest of us. You are still full of amnesia. Yes.
What is she doing?
I didn't want to speak it because I was gone.
I'm imagining that you're just sitting there, like, wide-eyed a little bit, kind of shying off to the corner. Like, I don't know these people at all.
Where should I be?
Is there anything shiny for her to steal?
Yeah, right. There's lots of shiny silverware.
Coins.
I don't want the silverware. That's not interesting.
This is perhaps
That's true.
perhaps someone more neutral would be the better choice. I know that Gallo, Timor, and Dashkaban formed something of an alliance at one point. And, well, I know that myself and Lady Naman and Lord Rego were more than willing to side with our king, regardless of what it meant to our fellow lords and ladies. Perhaps we choose one. Perhaps we choose one in the middle instead. Lady Den, or maybe, to make sense, for Lord Is. His lands are central. To make sense that Bresk could be included in those lands. It's not too far a step for him.
But is he dependable?
Yeah.
I don't.
The whole
see
room groans a little
Groans. Even Winry.
One second.
Even Winry. Oh, who is this guy?
It's the only
What the
noise I'm allowed to make.
Who is this Joker?
Is quiet. Lord is quiet on the side, just kind of listening, not speaking up for himself.
Does Lord Is look like a reputable? Have we met with Lord Is yet?
This one's Lord Is, in case you're curious. You've not expressly met with him, no.
We have
I don't know much about it.
any reputational things that we can go off of?
He was one of the more neutral parties for you. he tends to favor strength and like the warrior spirit, so to speak, this sort of thing.
I think, you know what? I think we should try to.
But why is this our choice?
Well, I'll tell you why it's our choice. So, we should probably consider reconvening and meeting with Iz himself, maybe behind the scenes, and just saying like, "Hey, we'll put in a word for you if you align with Seaquen. Like, you have to give your word that you are going to come to our aid."
That's a good
Right?
idea.
So, whoever it is that we vouch for needs to give us the security of like a
So we can actually
alliance.
finish our quest.
That's a good idea.
Valid. Yeah.
If you're saying
The
something
original
like
quest.
this aloud, anyway, maybe not quite to those words. No, that's. I'm not trying to make you look bad or anything here. The answer that you'd get from anyone that you talk to, Lord or Lady, at this point, would be, it's clear we've been infiltrated by Regesia. It's clear that these were provocations for war. At this point in time, Dassen is at war with Regesia.
Okay. I mean, in that case, Iz seems like a pretty good candidate, especially if Iz is with Lord Gallows, you know.
Lord Gallo would he'd speak. He'd say, well, Lord Iz and I have never, or not always seen eye to eye, I should say. He is a reputable commander. He's strong. He's a fighter. And for that, I do respect him. I think he would make a fine choice.
He sounds like he shares many qualities with King Steppengard.
I think the king could continue on as well. I wouldn't be opposed. But if he was to be replaced, Lord Iz is the eldest. He has the most central territory. And, well, if I'm being frank, he is, in general, the least hated amongst the bunch.
Sounds like you're on the way to ending the situation then. Don't see how can be of aid now. Any further, at least.
I keep wanting to talk, so like I'm legit trying to roleplay here, and I just can't think of anything because I can't talk. I'll go and stand behind Iz.
You can. I mean,
There
I'm
you
not
go.
role playing. I'm just talking
Perfect.
strategy at this point. Like, I'm not.
Yeah,
Says, well,
because you're counting coins, bro.
we have a lot to unpack here. And, well, to clean as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's also a lot of injuries around. Maybe we should call the medics in and talk about this later.
Fear them.
Not a bad idea. Let us take the evening. Rest and recover. Get healing. And in the morning, we shall all meet back here, in the same room, and we shall discuss what the following status will be for our nation. Protectors, I invite you as well to come.
We would be honored to be present. Although I know a bit of extenuating circumstances, it seems there's something wrong with Bryn. Is it possible that one of your healers could take a look at her?
He's been wondering why she's been awful quiet.
And Rayland also usually counts his money like in his coin purse, not like out in the open. It seems a little weird.
221.
I thought he wanted a handout or something. I was wondering if he wanted a handout. Raise, perhaps.
I mean,
Where's Winry?
She's just sitting in the corner by herself.
I'm just I'm trying to collect information about why I'm here and who all of these people are.
So when Jack says, "Where's Winry?" does Winry go, like, "Uh-oh"?
She
Sure
looks
have.
around. She's trying to figure out who Winry
No.
is.
Oh, she
She
doesn't
knows
even
who
know
she
who
is.
Yes,
She knows
she
who
Oh,
knows.
she knows who
is.
she is. That's right. Okay. Yeah.
She's like, "Uh-oh."
Well, let's take our leave and rest for the evening, as they suggested.
I'll go to Winry and with my best motherly smile, just offer my hand to help her up to walk with us. Roll of persuasion or something.
I'll say, I don't know what you want from me.
What's gonna go? What's gonna happen here, Winry?
How do you respond?
I am going to tilt my head at her, and if I heard Jack say my name, I will act like I know what I'm doing.
Play along.
Head over there. Mm-hmm.
That's how this all started, and after all.
This is
Back
fair.
to where we
This is
began.
very fair.
Time is a flat circle.
I know you
I
all.
know where I'm going.
Yeah, our mission, of course. Yeah.
Well, you move off to see the healers, and they do their best. They can give you a little bit of healing, make sure people are tended to, some bumps and scrapes, things like this. But looking over Bryn, or Winry, if you chose to admit it, or Rayland, they don't know if there's anything they can do. It seems like it's above their powers to be able to do anything about.
Perhaps a night's rest.
What
is all
happens
we
if I
need.
take Rayland's money from him?
You could try.
He's going to draw a sword.
Hey.
It's gonna be real confusing.
You reach towards his purse and sword out.
I don't know if that's.
I'm trying to fix you.
356, 357,
I don't know if that's
359,
Henry.
360, 361, 362.
Oh dear, this is going to be a
Does
long
no
night.
one comes near him? I'm assuming they all back off. Great. Okay. I'll put my sword back and.
I mean, so far the only thing that's weird about you is you're counting out loud.
And not stopping.
Oh.
I'll shake my head. 366, 367.
Oh, that's going to get very annoying very quickly. Anyways.
You're telling me 369.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
he wants to
sorry
stop,
you
but
have
he
so
can't.
much money. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah, actually, I should figure out how much I have again. I'm pretty sure I haven't hit. Oh, man.
Rayland,
okay, here
maybe
we
you
go.
haven't hit it.
366 and you missed it.
300. No. We are halfway there.
Halfway there.
Rayland, maybe a
Bring it in
short-term,
one.
71.
maybe a short-term solution is we just hold on to your money for you. We can just drop it in my bag of holding.
Actually, I'm going to think about it, and then I'll hand over the purse to him. And then
I'm gonna say you can't do that.
I can't do it. No, actually, I'm going to hand off over all of them except for one. One.
No, that's creepier. That's creepier.
One.
That's some
almost
Two-Face
more
shit.
Because I'm like just counting the one and like flipping it around in my hand. One.
I would give
That
you at
better.
least 5, so at least we can do 1 through 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a little better.
I think he's gonna dance.
Do the
Jack's all of a sudden like breaks out the banjo and like
damn,
you don't-
that's
one.
that's
Okay,
good,
so
buddy.
what I'll say, I think you can't hand over your money, first of all.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
But you don't have to count out loud. It never said out loud.
Oh man, but then it's more.
You
Listen,
can count out
It's
loud.
funnier.
no, I
It's
know.
funnier out loud.
Yeah, it makes more sense that it's out loud. And if I can't like actually give away some money so that because it's like those rules are the same, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm gonna count out loud. And I won't give over money because I agree with your ruling.
Yeah,
Well,
makes sense.
the rest of the evening passes as you would so choose, although a couple of you don't really have a lot of choices.
Do
Bryn,
we notice that Winry is acting a little bit different?
Yeah, how far into the
Avoiding
evening is it?
saying
when we
anyone's
realize?
names.
Yeah, well,
I think it's fairly
Hey,
clear.
fuckaroo.
that she seems like she doesn't remember things that she should, especially as you guys are talking at all.
What's his name? What's this guy's name? I'm gonna point to Jack. Of course, I can't.
His name.
523.
What's his name? 523.
Buddy.
Buddy the elf?
He is an elf.
Yeah, like elf. You are an elf.
This episode needs to be done already.
You're telling me you've forgotten all of us. What?
Also, I am your buddy.
You know, you say forgotten, but I don't know you people, so I don't feel like I have ever known you.
Oh dear.
You can't forget something you don't know. But you guys seem like really interesting people, so I would like to join along with your little gang if you'll have me.
Well, that's very sad that
I'm
happened
Winry.
to you, but very warm greetings. My name's Jack.
This is like the guy who gets dementia and then remarries his wife. Like, she's choosing you again.
You seem
The
really
second
nice.
time.
Aw, isn't that nice? I get to learn everything about you all over again.
More games.
Ooh.
Rayland is the only one who leaves.
Let's play a game.
So you're telling me, Winry, that you've forgotten your best friend Myetharia?
Yeah, I don't have any idea who you are.
Biggest
feel
eye
so
We're
roll
best
ever.
friends. What do you like to do?
Well, I like to garden and bake and kill
Sulk.
people who are evil.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Bro.
Was it just an itch? It wasn't boogers.
Those aren't really my favorite things, but if you say we're good friends,
Yeah,
Nice
before
to
us,
meet
you didn't
you.
really hurt anybody.
again.
True. Or at least
This
she
whole-
wasn't as good at it.
This whole story about you having lost your memory and stuff feels ridiculous. You just don't know these people. No, I'm just...
I've just been kidnapped, that's all.
Maybe.
Well,
Well-
you guys can have whatever fun you would like to have with this event, as much as you
Well-
would like to choose to.
While we're all kind of sitting around, can I go ahead and just do detect magic on both of them and just see if I can get a clue as to what's going on?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. So I take 10 minutes, kind of set them both down and include them in like the ritual circle as I'm putting things down. And then I have us kind of sit facing each other and all hold hands and cast the ritual to see if I can figure out.
So it's just you and I just standing on the outside looking at them.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, Rayland too. I should probably have Rayland in this too.
I was wondering who you were
603,
leaving out.
604, 605.
I'll just like
can't use
it's
his
all of
hands.
us. It's all of us sitting in a circle and like holding hands, and then I'll just take like Bryn's hand and like put it on my knee, and I'll just reach back and put my hand on Rayland's like back or something.
Oh, you know what? As much fun as this is going to be, or was, I actually think that the healers would have been able to help in retro. Well, actually, these prelates wouldn't. They don't have the spell slot to do it. It is not a magical effect. That's all that I can really say for you. You can see that they are, lit up by various other things, I guess I would say. Like Winry's bracelet clearly is magical. But you don't sense a magical effect upon them.
Should we just wait till morning then and hope it wears off?
I guess that's the only course of action that's really available to us. Now, Winry, we are your friends, so please don't run away. as creepy as that might sound, I realize now that I didn't phrase that
Do
very
I
well.
trust him?
If you want to roll
course.
it, you can feel free.
Of course you do. All right, I'm going to do persuasion then.
I did a quick Google search. There are no cleric spells, at least at my level, that I'm able to do, being non-verbal.
Oh no.
There's
I can-
nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can imagine. I didn't look through the list, but verbal is
It's very short.
very
of
popular.
Spells.
You're just an ordinary gal.
I rolled a natural 1.
I
He
rolled a
looks
27 persuasion.
Very skeevy.
Look very
Very.
skeevy. Oh. I'm gonna
No, I rolled a
Sleep.
really high persuasion.
Yeah, and her insight was terrible.
as far away from him as I
That'll
can.
work.
He doesn't believe you. He thinks you're insane.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
feel like
sleep
that's
next to
what that
Bryn
means,
because
but...
she hasn't
Doesn't.
spoken anything.
Very low.
Mm.
That's true. Very low
Just
insight
knitting.
means that you
Jesus.
misunderstand it completely.
No,
Right?
I always pictured low insight or rolling really low on insight as like you're gullible. Like you'll believe anything you're told because why would you
Oh,
not trust
yeah, I guess-
somebody?
I liked the natural ones anyway being misinformation.
Yeah, it's better. Well, I'm hurt, but I'll go sleep.
Yes.
It was
so-
dinner before you started this. So
Wasn't
True.
bedtime.
not quite. I mean, but it
I'm not
certainly
sure
can
I
be.
trust any food. I'm not sure I trust any food at this time.
Yeah,
Ooh.
for real.
Can I play around at darts?
With your, the
How do you
question
know
is,
where
which hand are you
counting? One
counting
hand.
money with? Is it your dominant hand or the other hand?
I mean, I'm probably ambidextrous. Well, I'm double jointed, so I probably can count it with both my.
These
Those are
are
not the same
lots
thing.
of
That is a
weights.
set, buddy. I'm double jointed, so I think I can fly probably.
You could probably make it happen with my left hand. Count with my left hand while I throw with my right.
You can feel free to. And everyone look at the bar looks at you very strangely as you're whipping out gold, flicking it through your fingers all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
You get a couple of people eyeing you up, thinking about whether your purse is
700.
worth the concern.
I'll keep an eye on him. Make sure he's
Yeah,
left
probably.
alone.
I was gonna say probably one of us should go with him as he's
Makes
now
it-
flaunting his money about.
Anybody want a piece? It's 600.
It's very satisfying.
635.
So you would get some notoriety actually as the dart champion. If you went into a dart
Ooh.
game, people would recognize you.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So does anyone actually play me at this point?
probably not.
There's probably some brave souls out there who would, yeah. But you'd probably come against the other people who are actually good
Okay.
and want
Okay.
a chance to take you down.
All right. Let's do it. We'll do one game. We'll do one game.
How much of that
Then we'll all go to bed.
763 gold pieces or whatever are you gonna put on?
I mean,
this?
64. I mean, 65.
One.
Amazing.
I had a
Alright,
mouthful of coffee when you did that. It was close.
Just for the title. And I gotcha. Go for it.
So what is it, D8? No, D12. 3D12? Oh wait, no, I have to choose which ones I want to reroll.
No. Oh no,
I want
Justin.
to re-roll that one for sure. So,
I'm not gonna re-roll any of them.
I was gonna say he
Uh-oh.
looked pretty. He looked pretty proud of himself over there.
nope. 9, 10, 11.
I rolled
Ooh.
6, 6, 8. 2
wow.
bullseyes.
1, 0, 0, 0. So I give him a 0.
You give him the 1 gold piece.
I shake my head and distracted. 3, 4, 5.
Off
Let's
balance.
start again.
Sure, whatever you say. Hey guys, I beat the Dart King.
Is Rayland able to sleep tonight?
Yeah, I was actually wondering about that too.
So it says that you obsessively count your money. I'm going to be totally fine with you count it basically until you pass out.
Yeah, he's instead of counting sheep, he's just counting coins, you know?
Yeah, and eventually you just you pass out, the coins kind of tumble out of your fingers onto the ground. And then first thing in the morning, if you're still under the effects, you would
Start right back up.
pick up the coins, count them as you put them back into your purse, and then keep going.
Okay. All right.
Well, after a long rest,
I would like to trans and then just I don't know how many nights ago it was, go wherever we are, just go outside into a courtyard or something and practice sword maneuvers.
Sure. Well, morning.
One more thing. I now have Lehman's tiny hut. And since you can't do it because you can't talk, this is why I got this spell, was in case we ever needed it and she couldn't do it. I will go ahead and suggest that we all, for safety, stay in the same room in Lehman's tiny hut.
That you can't leave it though, then, right?
Oh, that's true. Never mind, I don't do that. Everyone sleep in the same room.
I can take watch after you leave.
We don't need safety. We're good. Let me sleep in my own room, please. To count my coins in peace.
That's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna need to be able to fall asleep with him counting himself.
53, 54, 55.
All right, I'm actually done now, Justin. Go ahead.
Well, when the sun begins to rise the next morning, fortunately for all three of you, I rolled 1 day on this.
Hey.
What could it have been?
It was D4 days. So it could have been up
Yikes.
to 4 days
Oh my gosh.
on
Yeesh.
any of these. But fortunately
Would've
for
been-
all of you,
Painful.
it was a poison, in case you're curious. They just don't have the ability to cure poisons yet.
Okay.
So I had to go look at their stat blocks, and I realized that they don't have level 2 spells.
Ain't got no
Makes
lesser
sense because she
restoration.
was
Wait.
poisoned that.
So you're gonna sorry, go ahead, Becca, what were you gonna say?
I was just saying it makes sense that it was a poison because she was poisoning us and we were trying to save from it, and when we didn't save, we'd have to roll.
But
Huh.
I still don't understand how the book didn't protect people from getting poisoned.
So this was you guys, first of all. This was her bites.
I know. It was for me. I know it was for us. But so it wasn't poison for the other people then, who were suffering from.
So
It was, but it was in all the courses.
Justin explained it last time that the book
oh, did you
was a
leave
way
before
for.
I explained
Oh,
it?
he might have, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
maybe.
general
Oh, yeah.
upshot here is the poison was in everything. All the courses, all the drinks, everything. And while the book did protect people to some extent, it protected after some people had already ingested it,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I remember
It
you
didn't
saying a little bit about this now.
retroactively protect them. But
Yeah.
it did lessen the severity of it. The guards
Okay.
were but definitely the worst off in that regard because they had no protections. It was just the lords and ladies who do. So
Okay. I remember
And then-
that. I remember you saying that now. Okay. Sorry.
no, you're fine. But yeah, fortunately, rolled 1 day for each of you. So by the time that dawn comes, Rayland, you wake up, you see your coins laying on the ground, and you put them back into your purse
Oh, thank God.
without needing to count them. Maybe just once, just for good time's sake.
Gee, dude. Yeah, I think they're all here.
And Bryn, despite your voice or your throat being potentially a little crackly from disuse or anything like this, you do find that you can speak in the morning. And Winry, you roll over. I don't know where you slept, but you suddenly remember not just what happened yesterday, but also everything that had happened up until that point as well. You
So
do
I
remember
imagine
yesterday too,
Winry,
though.
Mhm.
you're gonna come down out of your room to
I'm sorry, I thought it was not attached.
you come out of your room to come down for breakfast, and I'm sitting outside of your door, and I'm I'm not creepy. This is your favorite breakfast. You have this every day, and I have it prepared.
Is it something ridiculous, or is it actually her favorite breakfast?
I imagine Winry
What
has
would my favorite breakfast be?
I imagine it's
Oatmeal with
muffins.
Strawberries.
was gonna say artichokes, anchovies.
Oh, anchovies.
Anchovy muffins.
She likes
Milk
she
and
likes
anchovies.
lox.
Anchovies on.
She likes
on
lox
toast.
on her bagels.
Oh yeah, no, I'm the lox guy. She's an anchovies gal. You can listen.
Oh,
Winry
Jack,
can like whatever
thank
she likes.
you. Why did
Well,
you make me
considering
my
I-
favorite breakfast?
Considering I introduced myself yesterday, that doesn't tell me anything. Well, we were really good friends, and so I wanted to try to get things off on the right foot and make sure that we can be friends again.
Well-
So
Yeah, I know. I know we're really good friends.
well, that was a
Thank
lot
you.
easier than I thought. Yeah, sure.
I yell from the room, I think we're okay.
Oh, you're probably okay. Oh, that's why you remember.
Oh, thank goodness. Does this mean everyone's back to normal?
Well,
Rayland's not counting his coins.
I feel pretty
Rayland,
normal.
13, 14, 15, 16,
as
17.
normal as
So
we're ever
there's-
gonna get.
Rayland's just like, shut up, Jack.
No, I'd rather not.
The meeting
Oh,
back
that's
up.
a relief.
Everyone groups back together, heading back to the castle after being let in with the guards, are ushered back into that same hall, that like dining room basically in the castle.
Except they delivered it. Take up the target.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to decide if I should wait for you or not.
Yeah. You can wait one moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you?
I'll just kind of go slowly. It's been cleaned quite a bit since the last time that you guys were in here. Everything has been straightened. There's only a handful of tables. The stage is gone out of the middle of it. There is just one head table and then a row of tables down the side, as though like at a large conference instead, basically. Sitting at the head of the main table is a sunken and morose, but crowned and I don't know how to say it, whole, I guess, complete looking Steppengard. Despite the fact that he is, like, his eyes are sunken, he looks as though he's been grieving. You can still see his face is a little red and puffy. But despite that, he looks more real, more solid than he had before. That even though he still has the hurt, even though clearly these events have affected him, this is a man who's looking to make up for what has happened, not to wallow in it and be destroyed by it anymore. As everyone kind of slowly mingles, gets together, gets towards the table, Steppengard kind of call everyone to order, call them together, and say, "Protectors of the pass, it is to you that we have to thank for putting our nation whole once more. This is a debt that we can never repay. He kind of stumbles over his words. I don't know how else to say it, but we owe you more than we can ever pay you."
Payment is not at all necessary. We came to unite Dassen, including Seaquen, to stand against our enemies. We're glad that we could accomplish that.
And that we will do. For as it was said yesterday, officially now, today, we will vote to go to war. Dassen will rise against Regesia. And Seaquen will come with. After a moment, Lord Megadon surprises everyone a little bit by saying, well, I know that it's not quite everything that we can offer, anything like this, but since you don't want any other rewards, perhaps I could, cede some of my acreage itself to you.
I don't really want to live in a ball sack, so
I mean,
thanks.
Oh my gosh. Had to
I
bring
don't
that
want
up.
to
You
be
did.
a sperm.
You did place Dassen before all else during this. And believe that our best course of action is to ally with those troublesome fishermen, as I believe I called them previously. So, as an act of good faith, I will say, the disputed fishing grounds are off the table. You do not need to worry about them. And if you would, I would love to offer you some of my territory, a small acreage, small plot for you, for each of you, to live in, or not to live in, or to manage, to do whatever you would so choose. But one way or the other, for your deeds within Dassen, we would like to offer you a piece of it as well.
It's very generous, Lord Megadon. Thank you.
What an honor. We thank you.
The Bryn steps forward instead of the Steph there, the second time around.
Bryn's like, but it's a nutsack.
After a little bit of discussion and
Anyway,
figuring out
we
exactly how it's going to work, you are, if you would like to, granted holdings to be placed along the Nasham River in Megadon's territory, which is kind of between the Gulf down there and Bresk along that river. Everyone else, all the other lords and ladies, either transfer some small amount of their land to Megadon if they share a border or something like this, or they just kind of split a little fee with him as though the land was sold instead of offered, so that the cost is equally burdened amongst all the lords and ladies instead.
Cool.
How much land are they giving us?
Enough for each of you to have a small area. So it'd be about like 20 acres in total. So each of you could have a pretty reasonable sized chunk of like 4 acres of land.
Oh.
Near the river.
Yeah.
If
All
you want to.
consecutive, so we're neighbors.
Yes,
So we'd each be able to
exactly.
see each other's, even enough.
It's like a little
distance so we'd be able
sliver,
to see each other's
basically.
Houses. Yeah, but
Well, there aren't any houses or anything like this, so this would be a
I just
future
figured
endeavor
we
for
turn
you
this-
if you wanted to keep them. Ryan, I think I have almost that exact same pajama set that's going to be my Christmas pajamas this year. Yeah. But yeah, in the long run, if any of you would like to, you do not have to, but you have a place to call home in the future if you'd like to go to it.
That's
Or
really
your home
cool.
could be anywhere. It's just an option. Turning.
I just have one thing to bring up. In the dungeons, in the torture chamber, I don't know what it used to be, but it was turned into a torture chamber. There is a monster in the sewer grate. I just wanted to bring it up so it can be dealt with,
So,
so no one is surprised.
yes. Well, Jutras serves a purpose down there.
Oh, he's supposed to.
Ah.
He cleans up, I guess you could say.
So you do torture people and throw their bodies down the...
Not all that often, but every now and then if there's an enemy of the state. It's rare. It was rare.
I'm not so sure about this guy anymore.
Oh. Okay. I'll back up.
It had a name.
He had a name. Yes.
Ditchura?
Jutras. Jutras. I feel like I'd shared that before.
Yeah,
You
you
did.
did. I have it written down. There's a criminal from a noble family 50 years ago.
Yep.
Fortunately,
Put in my
With the
notes
demon.
too.
Fortunately, Jutras is horribly afraid of chickens due to a prophecy that he once got from a drunken
Yep.
seer. So, if you ever need to get him back in his closet, just bring a chicken. None of you thought that was real. It was real.
Were there any chickens wandering around down in the dungeons?
No, they bring a dead chicken. And
Dead
like,
chicken? Did we see any dead chickens?
not right
Huh.
off.
Yeah, look for him.
I feel like we should have seen them down there, but that's all good. That would have been a
They
nice.
There's one hanging on the wall.
Yeah, they've just
in
got
case.
one on a hook on the
Break
wall.
in case
Yeah,
of
right. I
emergency.
feel like there should be like they should have chickens like break in case of emergency type chickens, you know?
Emergency
But you
chicken.
can't do an actual
Everybody
chicken because
should
it would
have
rot in a
emergency
few days. So it's the
No, it's
rubber
just-
honking chickens that are in each corner of the dungeon. So while you're trying to escape and fighting for your
You're
life, you keep
smacking.
running past these squeaky chickens hanging on the wall.
Oh.
They have to mean something.
Yeah.
How we know?
Well.
Interesting.
Turning to business.
Sorry.
This is more fun.
With the 3rd Regessian army camping north of the Ulithi Gap, we must make sure that we are in a position to defend against them. And not only that, I've been hearing word that we need to secure a second gap at this point. At least so
Oh, yeah.
the words have been coming down to me. So, we will prepare to defend on multiple fronts. Mainly at the Ulithi Gap, but we shall make haste to secure our northeastern border as well. For you, as far as I'm aware, you can return to Seaquen. Your mission.
Did we choose to accept it?
Yeah, right. Your mission, as you proposed it to me, at least a week ago or so, is successful. We will ally with Seaquen. You can tell them this, and however they wish to utilize that or communicate with us in the future, let us know. But we will be more than willing to listen.
On that matter, will we be reconsidering Shah Halesti's deal as well? That they proposed to you?
Shah Halesti was not quite so persuasive in what they did. I have no reason to let Shah Halesti within my lands, or to coordinate my war effort.
Understandable.
If they wish to work with us, we may be able to. But I will not be a pawn for Shaladel.
Seems wise.
Well, once more.
Yeah.
Once more.
Nothing.
I thank you. We thank you. The nation of Dassen thanks you and hopes to welcome you back to her bountiful soil once more in the future. We have much to discuss. I do not wish to bore you with the semantics and details. I'm sure you have other items that are pressing to be on to as well.
We thank you for your time.
We are happy to have served friends.
With that, you can find your way to the door. You can listen for as long as you would like to, but the discussions are similar to what you've heard up until this point. The talks are of movements of troops and locations, supply lines, things of this nature, and it quickly becomes more a bore to you than intriguing. At least I'm imagining to most of you.
Did they agree
Out
to
of
keep
cur-
Steppengard king?
They did. They decided to leave King Steppengard in power. Yes.
Okay.
Out of
So
curiosity,
he
you
decided to
spoke of-
stay.
He decided to, yes, in a way.
You
And then-
mentioned moving of troops. Do we hear them say anything about sending troops to Gate Pass? Or near Gate Pass?
In that direction, yes, but more to find and secure a border in the northeast.
Right, the border. Okay.
No. They also know, and I'm not going to speak in his voice anymore, but with Seaquen being kind of a mage place, they expect to hear from them in a less traditional or less physical way here shortly. As the ongoing discussions will continue, but the details of which will be coming.
Were you responsible for sending back to I've already forgotten his name. What's the big guy down there?
Simeon?
Simeon.
Well, he might be able to, but he hasn't really met Simeon or anything like this, or none of his clerics have. So, if you would do the work to introduce
Mark it
them at the
off.
very least,
Yeah,
it would be appreciated.
we'll do the work to introduce them, and I feel like there's no time other than the present to get them sort of in the discussions of logistics and troop movements and whatever. At least to get Seaqen's mages where they need to go.
Well, Bryn, the response from Simeon, if you'd crafted a similar or some sort of a message telling him what happened,
Mhm.
that you would get back would be something to the effect of, we will send a diplomat, as Balin is unfortunately dead.
Don't tell the diplomat that happened.
Yeah.
Says, glad to hear of your success. Return to Seaquen when available. There will be a new mission waiting for you when you arrive.
Not vacation?
I communicated that to the team.
Wants us to return.
Didn't really make it sound urgent, but you might have something more for us to do.
Well, as
We should make sure
um, Go ahead, Cassie.
I just want to make sure the cook got out of the dungeons.
If you want to, you can have a wonderful lunch provided by the cook. Not
Yes,
of
please.
the cook's meat or anything like this.
Oh, God.
This is chewy.
Right. But yeah, he has been not only released, but he is back in his position, cooking the food for the castle, its king, and various dignitaries who reside
Did he
within.
get a raise?
How did they poison all of Steppengard's kids and kill them?
Valid
take their hearts
question.
out?
What I was pushing for with the investigation was let's look into this with level heads and see what we can find. Because I assume the investigation was not taken super seriously, considering the state of Steppengard.
If you would like to stay around,
Note about they were experimenting with how much of the madness, the poison to give people, or am I just making that up?
not that I remember.
I mean, it's like Justin said. Or, no. I remember something as well, Steph, but I don't remember.
That was in Ceramis's notebooks that we stole.
Oh, that could have been.
Yeah.
I still have it on me.
I was thinking maybe instead of trying to kill them all, they just misdosed. They were gonna have an army
On
of
all of them.
Steppengard's family, and ended up with none.
Devengard's wife was a halfling, and so they just like got
Double
the mixture
dose.
way off for little halfling people.
Yeesh.
Rob. God.
Anyway, what were you saying, Justin? If we stick around,
You could look into it further if you wanted, but be up to you.
I say let's leave it up to them and be on our way. Just my opinion.
I'm inclined to agree. I think it's an internal
Affair.
Bresk problem.
We might find out
And
later.
I agree.
Again, I doubt that the initial investigation was taken on wholeheartedly because the bad guys were running the jewels.
Investigation. Yes. I assume that the Talons have been disbanded.
They have. A lot of them were dismissed summarily that morning. The rest of them kind of folded back into the guards of the less egregious variety.
Well, my suggestion is we head back to Seaquen. I believe that's still more or less the center of this resistance, unless it moves to Bresk.
Do we have any other options? I mean, I know back when we were fighting
Take your time.
up at the
Oh,
Fend,
Tabaxi?
Myetharia and I got that. Oh, you got the message. I didn't send it for you. No, I did send it for you. No, she sent a message to you.
She
You
sent
and I
the message to Myetharia.
Yes, but yeah, Shalosha sent me a message.
We talked about it.
Yeah, that
That
gate
gate
pass
pass
isn't doing so good.
isn't doing well, but I don't know. I think at the level the fighting is probably at, I don't know what 5 more people are going to do.
Yes.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, our mission initially and why we went out first was to get Seaquen to send an army to help.
It was to get information
To get information to
Because
Seaquen.
to Seaquen because they're part of the resistance.
But then was there not discussions of bringing an army back to help fight?
That was
No.
you who specifically said that, but
It was just
I
to
don't
bring
think
them the
Seaquen has
information.
manpower for that.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of something else.
you guys talked about bringing help back was kind of the general terminology. It wasn't an army. Was not really what was
Oh, okay.
thought of at the start, at least.
Bryn's right. There's very little that 5 more people are going to do to aid.
Well, now you shouldn't say that, Myetharia, because 5 people have made a big difference in Dassen.
Let's go home.
There wasn't a
But
war
not on
going
the
in
front
Dassen yet.
lines.
Or on the
No,
front
we were on
lines
the
some.
front lines.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
I could message my sister and see what the state is.
I was actually going to
right
ask if you.
now.
I was actually going to ask if you'd message Shalosha for me.
For similar
really have-
information.
Yes, to let her know that what happened here and to get an update. As they should have reached Gate Pass by now.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hope-
because
I hope they've reached Gate Pass by now, at least. So perhaps they have an update.
do you trust the information she'll give you?
Yes.
I have another individual that we could possibly reach out to who would be also quite involved in the city, but Shalosha might be a good option too.
And there's Rantel as well.
Who do you want to contact, Jack?
My headmaster, I believe, would have. He was involved in the city's leadership, and I imagine that the students at my school are likely resisting in some way, maybe not directly fighting.
1, I don't know if I know him. 2, that seems.
We met him.
Oh yeah, seems like the least reliable option because we don't actually know where they stand.
All right. Well, I guess the toss-up is: do they back Regesia or do they back not Regesia? But they could back Regesia. You're right.
I mean, we could send multiple messages and get answers and piece together information. Multiple people, I mean. Multiple messages to multiple people.
Sending messages at the beginning of the day. We're playing with fire, y'all.
I wasn't going to
Good
ask
idea.
this evening, but it was brought up.
But then we're gonna
But if we're going to, we need
travel
to because
afterwards.
yeah, if we need to know which way we're traveling because they're not kind of in the same way.
Well, while you guys are discussing this and moving about, Rayland, a man catches your eye in the distance. A man about your stature with significant amount of hair gel slicking his hair backwards. He's got some beeswax in a very finely cut beard as he kind of gives you a nod and a little wave over. And the rest of you,
Do I notice?
Rayland, do you try to sneak away or do you want to just walk over?
I'm gonna walk over.
The rest of you can notice
Unless
as
he's
Rayland
trying.
starts
Unless
to
he's
walk
trying
over.
to be. He didn't seem like he was trying to be
especially.
sneaky, right?
The rest of you can notice that Rayland walks over towards his cousin, as you know him, dressed in quite a bit of deep, rich purples. Rexington Royal, the proxy, has called him over.
They're not gonna follow me though, right?
I'm gonna try to read your lips.
I'm not.
You're gonna get his back mostly. I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
You could try to read Rex's lips, which is fine.
Yep.
That's fine. As you come over, he says, well, didn't quite go as intended, I guess, but I hear that you are on the way out. Thought that I could come and see my cousin out of here.
It went about as good as it could go, I guess, given the circumstances.
Yes, I guess so.
So, I'm glad I caught you. Listen, I intend to kill Eamon Ming.
His eyebrows raise in surprise. Really? You are going to kill Ming? About the last one I would have expected. Well, second to last.
It's just gotta be done. He betrayed us all, turned us into who we are.
Is this a betrayal? Do you honestly think that we are worse off now than we were then? I mean, I can't speak to it, but
I was referring more to his defection to Regesia.
oh. Well,
But
that's fair then.
he did toy with us, toy with Rayland. We are nothing but tools to him, playthings. And I don't intend to be a soft object. I'm a knife, and I'm gonna cut back.
Well,
And
I can wish you luck in that. I have no love of the man.
that's what I thought.
We left after all. Seaquen is a small place. Too small for me.
more than that, I'm going to need your help. If you ever hear about where he's gotten to, or Riv, let me know. You know how to find me.
Well, I heard a story once, a few weeks ago. Never guess it, but I thought it might have been you. Thinking about your direction of travel doesn't seem particularly possible. I heard a story that I was traveling west into Ostelin. Obviously, I wasn't. I don't know which it could be, but I think there's a fair chance that it was Riv. Could have been others. Sure. I know that one of us was looking for things in that area, that direction, looking into what had happened originally.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's
that
helpful
was
to
long
know.
ago.
If they didn't see him with a traveling companion, human male, you know what he looks like, obviously, so.
I don't know anything further. What I got passed to me through intelligence was someone was reporting my movements as going into Ostelin.
Well,
that's
that
as
is
much as I
helpful.
know.
That is helpful. I'll start to turn to go, and then I'll stop and say one more thing. Turn back.
Yes, Rayland?
I don't know if the original would resolve to kill Eamon Meg. And you can have the name.
Now, after all this, what did I do to deserve it?
I think it's more that I just don't think I deserve the name.
Oh. Well, look at that. Me. Huh. Rex. Guess it's meaningless after all. Damn, I hate magic.
What am I feeling right now?
You know, I don't want to speak too much for your feelings. In terms of a magical feeling, you didn't feel much. You feel, if anything, a little lighter. But that would be all that I'd say. Like a little looser.
So you're saying he might crack a smile a little bit?
I don't know about that. That's not what I mean.
Little
like a little bit less, I don't know how to even describe
constrained.
it. Yeah, like there's like a pressure in your chest that you didn't know was there that just loosened just a little bit.
Oh. Okay. Then Rex.
However, even
so
in your mind, I'll let you finish first.
No, I know where. I think I know where you're going with this, so I'll follow it.
You'll finish it.
Yeah. Rex it is then. And I'll extend my hand to shake his hand.
He takes it and says, you're always a bastard, but you're a consistent bastard. I can respect that.
Yeah. So, from now on, you can call me Revan Soul. Rev.
A little dark. Suits you.
Well, thanks. I always felt like Rex suited you too.
You guys were still shaking hands. He just kind of
Yeah.
pulls you into like one of those little man hug kind of things. Kind of bumps your back once. Says, "Go get him. He's more of a bastard than you are."
With that, I'll turn and walk back to the group.
See Winry rubbernecking it.
Yeah, she's like rubbing her eyes a little bit.
I wrote down everything that Royal said, but I don't know if that's everything that I would know.
I'm gonna be pretty loose
That was a
on this.
lot.
Okay.
So we
I have like
decide
half the story.
So did we decide where we're gonna go?
You gonna send messages?
We haven't yet.
Well, I haven't written anything down, but I can come up with something. It's 25 words.
Myetharia
right?
hasn't written something down. Becca wrote something down 2 weeks ago.
Hey, it was
Two?
only one
Only
week
two?
ago. It was only
5?
it was only a few days ago. Okay, shush.
Big whatever.
I told myself I
yeah.
wasn't gonna write anything down until a big fight, because then we might have more information, and I didn't want to write something and then have to rewrite something. Sorry.
You were trying to save yourself time. Yeah, sure. We can send one to Shalosha.
Okay.
Myetharia, I hope you are well. Seppengard's mind is freed and civil war. I tried to shift into her accent. Civil war averted. Any news of Gate Pass? And then she just kind of pauses and is looking at her hands and realizes she has 5 words left and goes, I hope you are well.
Again.
Again.
Shouldn't have eat that. Shouldn't have eat that. I send
You
it.
hear back from her very quickly. Gate Pass currently more than half occupied. Shahalesti sending support for resistance. Sorry, I have to think a little bit.
I should have sent this to you earlier. It's my fault.
No, I like to think about these in the moment because I don't like to have something preset too much. I need to also read what's going on elsewhere sometimes, and so I want to make sure that I don't say anything that's wrong. Strange, they're holding territory. Second Army heads north around. I don't know how close I am, 25 words, but the end is, we will defend.
Second Army as in Shahalesti Second Army?
She said what she said.
Second Army
I
goes
knew
north.
I was saying way too many words anyway, so I'm probably over 25, but I did my best to give a rough number.
I ain't gonna count it. You don't count me.
If it's heading to the north, then it's Shahalesti.
Well, they could head north to go around, but yeah, there's no reason that Regos would go north when the Fire Force is open. But either one, they both gotta know that that's open now.
If you want, I will drag us over to the player's map instead. What you guys can infer from this is that there's an army that's in Gate Pass, of course, you knew that. And there's some second army that's coming around the north side here, whether it's Regessian or Shahalesti, don't know. But there's some force going around the northern side.
Thank you, Bryn. That was for more information, but she sent all she could.
That's the Fire
Well,
Forest.
Mm-hmm.
It seems as we assume that there's not Unless we're willing to entangle with Shahalesti politics right now, that doesn't seem like there's much we can do at home. As much as it pains me to say.
Right, no. Shahalesti politics is not worth sticking our feet into. A bit too messy. Right.
Agreed.
I guess we head back south.
Right.
Okay.
I don't see any reason not to right now.
When do we leave?
The trip back towards Seaquen is an easier affair than the original travel out. An
It's not as
escort
snowy,
comes with
right?
you. I was just about to get to that a little bit. An escort comes with you, formal and at least relatively friendly, that leads you guys down the river back from Bresk to Vidor. Once you're in sight of the village, the escort turns around and leaves you guys to finish the travel on your own. As you're traveling down the Nasham River, south, the weather begins to grow warmer, as spring is arriving quite quickly. The river is thawing as you continue to go south, though snow is still covering the ground a little bit. But if nothing else, as the superstitious soldiers that are traveling with you would say, the actual land of Dassen, the soil which is most sacred to its people, is visible once more. They pick up this as an omen that life has a chance once more to prosper and thrive. I don't know if there's any character discussions that you'd like to have in the 3-day travel down to Vidor.
You changed
But I would
it!
imagine that at some point in time, someone tries to talk with Rayland,
Not my name.
and as soon as you try to say his name, like, hey, Rayland, come over, and he interrupts you. That's not my name.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what?
Not my name. You can call
course
me
it is.
Revan Soul now. Or Rev. It's
Has
fine.
it that always been your
I'm
name
gonna
and
try
you
to-
just lied to us, or
No,
what's happened?
something's changed. I don't quite know. I don't quite get it. But
Magic.
don't call me Rayland.
Do I need to clear something out of you? Are you okay? Like what? I've never heard of magic that changes your
my
name.
knee still hurts like a motherfucker. But
Yeah. Wait, are we? What level are we?
Nothing
Do I
to do
have
with
that
that.
shit yet?
You can level up at this point in time also, if you would like to,
Hey.
everybody.
Because we're just certainly doing that in our trip here. I love these snowflakes in D&D Beyond,
Yeah,
guys.
it's nice. And the app, not anywhere
I was
else.
gonna say,
I was
really?
Wait, I.
Yeah, if you have the actual app, there's snowflakes.
oh, that's really cute.
That is
It
cool.
is cute.
Oh,
So 11-9.
Nine.
Does this have something to do with your meeting with Royal before we left?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Well, what?
I suppose I'm going to get a ton of questions about this, so I might as well come straight with y'all at this point.
I agree.
Seems a little bit easier.
So Royal
tilt
was
my
my
head.
cousin. He was a clone. Actually, I'm a clone too. Yeah, Winry, you're gonna have to maybe sit this one out.
I'll sit down.
He's like, we're playing, you know this shit.
It's over the top acting.
Is that what Eamon Ming's journal referenced? The one from many situation?
From many.
Yeah, probably. Not that I really understand the bastard.
Many from one, just so we're clear. Not one from many.
Sorry, yeah, I said it wrong. You're right. Did Ming create you?
Yeah, I suppose you could look at it that way.
How many?
So you're not
Who
the
did he
original?
create?
No. I don't know what happened to the original. None of us really do know what happens. But we can assume he died because we all woke up. All 13 of
9?
us. How many were there again, Winry?
Not
12.
13, not that.
All 12 of us.
12, yep.
I was like, how many colors do you have in your?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna go count, and I thought I probably shouldn't count colors.
Rayland, I don't mean to be rude, but this is quite unbelievable. Is this how you tell jokes? You haven't done it a lot, but
Well, great jokes. I'm a really funny guy, but no, this isn't a joke.
I'll stand up. He's telling the truth.
Yeah.
how?
Well, because she stuck her nose somewhere it didn't belong.
She does that.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah.
did teach her, so it's kind of your fault.
I didn't really have a choice in the matter. But
Do you know why? Do you know why Ming created you? Like, what was his goal?
no. And I trusted that he had a plan. But considering everything that's happened, I think that trust was misplaced.
1-2? A clone? Is
that
Riv
again.
1-2?
Yeah. And Rex, as I already mentioned.
Well, we knew something strange was going on, but I didn't think this was the story.
Yeah.
Is Ming working with Regizia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I intend to kill the bastard whenever I can find him.
And that's what you're talking to Rex about.
Yeah. He agreed with me that we probably needed to kill him.
So why is your name different now?
I don't think the original, I don't think Rayland would have chosen to kill Mr. May. And so, I won't be Rayland. I'll be Revenshall. I don't even know if I could be Rayland again, if I wanted to.
Are you saying Rayland was the original?
Yeah.
Or just Rayland?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
What?
Rayland was the original?
Yeah.
So, do you know why you originally had his name? Were you like the first
I wanted
clone,
it.
or?
Because I fought for it. And I deserved it.
You won.
I guess so. You could say that. Don't really understand it myself, but magic tends to be kind of weird. Sometimes.
You all have souls?
Do I have a
You all
soul?
Yes. You were created from... If 12 of you were created from one life. I suppose it's possible, but it's still I'm with Bryn. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. I've never heard of such a thing.
How does a person know if it has a soul?
Do you have a soul?
Yes, but I was born a child.
I mean,
I know what you're asking, but I don't want to help you ask it.
I'm
Rivensol,
completely lost.
do you
Born,
have
not created.
memories? Do you have memories of your past life?
yeah.
Were you the same?
Wait,
Was your
what?
personality the same?
No.
So you weren't
So,
from Oscar.
Were you
then?
like
Okay.
infused with a sliver of this Rayland guy? You were someone completely else.
You guys
before?
are asking more questions now than you were. I kind of wish I hadn't told you.
You walked yourself into this one. I'm sorry. You were the one who dropped this on us.
Listen, if I really understood it, then I'd be able to tell you, but all I know is I woke up in a tank with, 11 other people looking like me. All of us were a little different, though. Can't explain it.
But you started out as someone else.
Yeah.
Let's try this greater restoration and see how much it heals, huh? Get that sliver out
Maybe
of you.
we should just give Rivensol a break and just continue on.
It's
In-
Rev. You can call me Rev. It's fine.
Riven
Okay.
Rev. Really, Ryan?
And Rex.
Rex.
Vex and Rev.
Ray.
But he's Rayland now.
It'd be funny.
Re-
I think it's funnier because he's the only one of us who hasn't watched Critical Role. So, like,
Rex,
of course, he came up with that.
Are you serious?
Royal
Is
is Rev
that a critical role thing?
now.
It's
So,
Kind of.
One of the two main characters are Vex and Vax, and they're twins.
No, no, I literally did not know. I've
No,
never
we know.
watched
We
it.
know.
We believe you.
This is from years ago, anyway.
I got
This
to-
hasn't
yeah.
been a thing.
I got derailed. What did she ask me? What did Winry ask? What did? Is Cassie
I
there?
don't
She left?
remember. Yeah, hang on. I'm typing.
She's got to write notes and
I am. Yep.
messages.
No,
Hmm.
I don't remember what I
Well,
said though.
while she's typing that, assuming the conversation's kind of winding down, I'll say,
Rex is
Rayland,
Oh, I know the
mean-
question she asked. I remember the question she asked.
Oh,
Let me answer it.
Go ahead.
is Royal now Rayland?
No, he kept the name Rex. I can't explain it, but in the end, he
Winry,
decided
you were
to stay Rex.
trying to read his lips at the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
and you know that. Sorry, just from his mouth and what was happening there, it looked like he was trying to say something,
Yeah,
and he almost like choked on it,
and he still
and
said
then
Rex.
he shook his head, smiled a little bit, said, "Guess I'm still Rex," or something to this nature.
Okay.
Well, Rayland, I know. I mean, Rev.
Don't. Yeah.
I know this was deeply personal to you, so thank you for confiding in us.
Whatever, man.
Rayland, Rev, it's gonna take a minute. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. We're friends, and
Damn it.
that's that.
Sure. Bryn, did you say something about greater restoration?
Yeah. Well, I imagine this conversation
Just
actually did
popping.
happen before we left Bresk because we need to buy some diamond dust to make this happen.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
fine.
fair. I'm sure if you would have brought it up with King Steppengard, he would have been happy to produce it.
I also imagine that this conversation, the whole like Rev Rayland thing probably happened while we were still in Brest too, because I can't imagine y'all got too far without
Yeah,
someone
True.
saying,
we're just so
We got outside the room.
we're just so used to you not talking
Oh,
to us. that we
Rayland,
just don't
who are you
acknowledge
talking to? That's not my name.
"Yeah, I was hoping that there would be more of an organic moment, but it was fine."
I wanted to say it at some point, but yeah.
Yeah, because I can't imagine like Rayland or Rev is not going to wander over and be like, "Hey guys, my name's Rev now." Like that's not his personality. He's gonna wait.
Also, I can't
New
believe we're loving
personality, who
mine.
it is.
New personality.
Proficiency goes up, guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's cast this Greater Restoration.
Okay. The diamond dust, 500 gold, I think it is. 100 gold?
It's 100.
100?
Pump your brakes there, DM.
I
Well, in
asked,
my
that
game, it's
wasn't-
500.
Yeah, right?
Oh, Raylan, you're gonna have to chip in here. Gave some money last time.
Yeah, of course.
We know how
How
much
much?
you have now.
We know how much you
1,
have.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, just as long as here, I'll just give her the bag and say, "I'm not counting any money for a while. Just take what you need."
I'll take the 100 from him.
Well, the 100 gold pieces of diamond dust is consumed as you cast Greater Restoration upon him, the shadows infusing him, trying to knit back together pieces that were ripped asunder. Rev, your mind, your consciousness doesn't have any noticeable changes that you can say. As for the rest of it, I'll let you speak to it.
Me?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, actually, no. Let's let Bryn. This is Bryn's moment. Is that okay, Justin?
If you want to, sure.
Yeah.
We had talked in the past of whether I'll just let the cat out of the bag. We talked in the past about whether you wanted this to be able to be healed by Greater Restoration.
Oh wait,
That makes sense.
I forget which spell it was though.
All right, I'll describe. Oh,
Okay.
and
You're
unless you
right,
want
Justin.
to regenerate
Thank you
or
for
something.
reminding me.
So,
Sorry,
what
Justin.
I'll
You should
do
have reminded
you're
me.
fine. I
is,
was trying to, but I was too surreptitious with it, apparently.
I'll spread just out of old habits with the diamond dust. I'll sort of make it into like a lotion and ointment, and then rubbing it on his knee. Just infuse it with magic, saying, "I don't know if this will work. This is new." And looking him in the eyes, push the magic in and see if I can tell a difference.
So the magic like shadows kind of swirl in and start to like do like kind of needles into the knee, trying to stitch it back together. But it works for a minute, and then the needles stop, and then fizzle. Rayland moves his leg, and still kind of hurts.
You said it was a new spell. Did you perhaps do it wrong?
Oh, girl.
I'm sorry.
Maybe-
There was
I mean,
no tone of
Myetharia.
judgment.
Oh, Bryn, you fucked up.
I don't know.
I don't know. Would
Maybe-
you like to donate $100 to try again? 100 gold pieces? No.
I'll
I-
hand her 100 to try it again. I mean, I don't know.
It might be.
Still has your bag,
might
as far
need
as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Trying
might
to
need
waste
a
her money.
second.
Oh my gosh.
It might need a second cast, but I'm not sure. I don't want to. Does it feel any better?
I'll stand up and gingerly, like, I'll take one sort of like lunge forward like I would if I was going to dash. But I kind of feel it tense up and have to kind of like wince as I slow down.
But isn't it like maybe just sort of a learned habit that you have right now? Like you just don't trust it and maybe it's healed?
Well, no. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how these things work.
What's a doctor?
Sorry. Cleric, medic, whatever.
Healer. Yeah, whatever.
Healer.
I mean, technically, in the spell, it doesn't necessarily say anything that would fix
You would
it.
know if it would fail.
Because what is yours? This makes it so you can't.
I have an idea.
dash, right?
So, I mean, maybe the Inquisitor did something to me that can't be restored. Maybe it removed enough that it has to be regrown, regenerated.
I suck.
I mean, he removed a bunch of ligaments and then healed me over. He didn't necessarily reattach the ligament, you know? Probably fed it to whatever monster was in that closet.
Well, it can be fixed. It just maybe not yet. It's okay. I'll learn it eventually. I'll keep working.
Yeah.
We could try it again another time, or
I'll wince and yeah, it's okay, Bryn. Don't worry about it. I know.
Are you really gonna commit to this, Ryan? Because this is a 7-level spell, and I ain't gonna get that for a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna commit to it.
We talked about this before too.
I know.
I'm trying to find our chat. I'm scrolling up. We've talked a shitload of fantasy football in the last couple of months.
Search
Soccer.
keyword.
Oh,
Which, by the
no.
way,
Finding the nerd talk among the nerd
you
talk.
made me laugh so hard, Justin, when you were like, "That didn't work out, huh? Did it?" 'Cause Justin, like a week ago, was like, "Oh man, poor Morocco. They win their group and they have to play Spain." And like Morocco they beat Spain today, and so he texts me that didn't with a reply to his own thing. That didn't age well, did it? And I just, it's so funny. It's so good. I know you guys. I don't know if any of you watch World Cup soccer, but yeah. Anyway, it was very funny. I still think it's hilarious.
I'm gonna find it eventually, though. I should have just started searching.
It's okay.
but-
I'm glad you remembered because I couldn't. Yeah. But yeah, I think Bryn probably as a healer would have figured it, like would have thought of this though, but like the ligament's gone, the tendon's gone. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing to restore if it's gone. It's got to be regenerated.
To be fair, I know Bryn knows that. I know that, and I was just far too hopeful to have an easy fix.
No, I'm touched. I'm touched, really. It's okay. I know you'll get it eventually. He'll put a reassuring arm on her hand, on her shoulder or elbow, because okay.
And when he does that, I'll put a reassuring hand on his back and cast Cat's Grace on him and say, "Still got plenty of bees, I guess."
It's okay, buddy.
That feels excellent. That feels great. Oh,
He like
I do
taking
it-
that first slug of a cigarette, just like that. Oh.
You know that real well, Justin.
Like that nice
he's taking
release, that
Finn
like
out.
groan. Yeah, right. Of like release, like, oh, that's the stuff right there. That's better.
Jeez.
Cool. And with that,
You like how Ryan's character decisions just drain you and I of spells?
Yeah, what the
Isn't that
fuck?
great?
Between him and Myetharia, I'm not gonna have any spells.
I feel like, so as a rogue, I do
You
think
killed me
it is
at
my
all
job.
this last time. Don't you dare.
I've sent multiple messages.
I do
It's
feel
over
like
multiple
as a
days.
rogue, it is my responsibility to be as annoying as possible to the wizards and the sorcerers and the
Yes, the healers especially.
Healers.
Yeah.
He's doing his job.
100%.
It's your comeuppance.
And what? I did very well, mostly staying out of danger. I was a rogue.
Well,
Kind of.
Ryan can attest to that if you would like, because this is just the reverse.
It really is.
It really is.
Damn,
but,
it is. I've never put that together.
But Ryan just refused to heal anybody, so it's okay.
At the end.
But himself.
But himself. The best, worst cleric.
This is just his comeuppance, you know, or your comeuppance.
Cool. Well, I guess we continue on.
Walk.
Yep.
Yeah,
Can we check out our? Can we check out our land as we're headed down?
If you'd like to, you can kind of go past it. Yeah.
If I get a chance to,
there it
I want
is.
to talk to Rayland in private.
Absolutely. Like I said, it's a 3-day journey.
Or
so-
Rev in private. I will call him over. Hey, Rev.
Yeah.
Can you talk a minute?
Hit the very.
I just wanted to say that I was proud of you for sharing your story with everyone. I know it wasn't easy, and I know they asked a lot of questions. But I thought it was really brave of you.
On point.
You're gonna make Cassie rage.
Let's go. I would also like to help you on your mission to kill Eamon Ming if you will have me.
Sure. I appreciate it.
Yep. That's all.
I'll turn
Good
and
talk.
go. I'll leave.
Well, as I said, the trip back, largely non-eventful for you. By the time you make it to Vidor, the snow is fading. There's very little on the ground at this point. And as you start heading into the swamp, it's still pretty much how you left it. The snow is basically gone. Like, the snow was already faded, basically, by the time you'd made it to the swamp previously. Now, starting to get a little warm, starting to get a little muggy in there. Starting to be a little obnoxious for travel. But beyond kind of the sticky marsh swamp, the bugs, this sort of thing, the denizens of the swamp are very nice to you on your way by. In fact, if you
Hey.
kind of looked around, you might be able to find a goblin here or there that would,
Oh, yeah.
instead of hiding or ambushing or something like this, would come towards the edge of the path and kind of give you guys the waves on your way by as you guys pass through.
We go try some
Month-
turtle. Some of that
Nice.
turtle food.
If you'd like to,
What?
you could try to.
What month is it, out of curiosity?
So,
Yeah.
hold on, I just got out of my previous session stuff. We are at the end of Oscary. We'd
Okay.
still have a couple of days of it left before moving on to the next month. If that helps you.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I
So
guess we
it
were
was
somewhere
it was
around.
the 21st when the palace coup, so to speak, or palace events happened. So the 22nd before you left Bresk, 3 days to Vidor, another day through the swamp. You'd be looking at it being the 26th or so by the time that you made it back to Seaquen. And
Sounds good.
being that long, I would like all of you, Bryn, you're gonna be so mad, but it's time for rolling, guys. It's time for rolling for
I
feats.
realized. Can I just roll and you can mark down the number and I'll figure it out?
Well, yeah, I'll write down your literal roll, and then we'll
Yeah.
see what
Add to
number,
it.
yeah, what to add to it.
Is there a feat that I can get a 7th level spell now?
No.
Actually, at some point during the trip,
Roll to 1,000,000.
Oh, thank you. I do want to approach Jack while we're traveling. Considering this where we're doing these rolls now, because this does relate. Sorry, this is not a non sequitur.
Yeah, totally. Go for it.
Hey, Jack. So,
Yes, Rev.
would you be able to give me a little bit of that touch of cat's grace?
Always, friend. We're friends,
so,
right?
You know how I make these.
What a toxic relationship.
Right?
It really is. He's so manipulative.
Oh.
Jack is so.
You are so
Jack is so
manipulatable.
clear.
Oh.
So, you know how I make these little wood figurines and stuff, right? I like to whittle. You've probably seen me whittle.
Yeah, you're very good at it.
You're very whittle.
I was gonna say he's a whittler, but you know.
Oh my
A
god.
whittler.
You guys are grown at my shit.
You a
Oh.
widow?
Let's say you give me just a touch of cat's grace every once in a while. I do some whittling. Probably improves how well I whittle. Sell them for a lot, and I give you a cut. How's that sound?
The alliteration was so good there. How well I would.
I appreciate the offer, Rayland. Rev.
Brad, please.
I'm
Carolyn, not Caroline.
actually.
It's Cassie, not Cassandra, actually.
I'm happy that I can help, and we're all a team, and I don't think that we should owe each other anything when we have each other's backs. I guess I just hope that you appreciate what I and the rest of us do for you.
Yeah. I mean, sure. You know I do. So,
I don't know that I do,
Babe.
Rayland, but we can talk more about that another time.
Rev.
And I'll give him cat's grace and walk away. Was the goblin's name Hesselin?
That was a goblin's name, but not this particular one.
No, but I mean, she
Hey,
was the
what's
leader
her
of the
name?
goblins, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I did
she
write
was
it down.
the wife of the leader of the goblins. But yes.
Right, yes.
Jeff is
The
realizing
one
his
that
abuse.
I talked to.
Yes.
Ogatar. How about Ogatar?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, that was the leader of the goblins, yeah. Ogatar.
Ah.
Oh, I never wrote his name down. Oh, I did. Ogatar. Find her husband Ogatar, who ran away.
Did we do that?
He was scared of you guys. You guys
Yeah,
didn't
we
want to do
scared
it.
Oh, that was that, or get them a cook.
It would have made your negotiation easier. So,
Yeah.
rolls.
How about that?
rolls.
I don't
Yeah, okay,
wanna-
we're gonna roll now.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do half and half. I'm gonna do if Myetharia is ready to do it. Do like what we're working for, if you don't mind.
I will split your roll in half. Yes, that is fine.
Okay. If that's, I mean, unless Myetharia is working on some other things, I don't know.
She
I
is
am
working on something else if she'd like to.
Do I know how close I am to getting to either one, or does Becca know how close
I
she
am
is
not
to getting to
going to
either
help
one?
you with that now.
And I get a bonus because I've been asking for cat's grace on whittling.
How am I going to... So with it being only about... I'll give you a +1 for this. I'd give you advantage, except for it's only been 3 days, and it's not been like all the time. Like it's only for an hour a day.
I know.
So I'm going to give you just a +1 to your roll.
Time out. Are you
reasonable.
suggesting that Rayland should be able to roll better on whittling because Jack is giving him cat's grace?
It's a
Yeah, it's
dexterity based, yeah.
What he was asking for.
Seems like a game in the
No,
system.
he was asking for cat's grace so he could walk better, not so that he could whittle better. That is manipulation, sir.
Oh, I mean, I thought that he was asking this time because he wanted to get you in on the whittling action so that he'd whittle better.
That's how I understood it.
That's what I said.
I
Yeah.
think you were too busy looking
Oh,
at the
you
goblins.
might have. I was reading my notes. I was
He
looking
said,
for that name.
Say whittle better, and I'll.
You wanted the
Oh,
justification.
he did
from
say
Justin.
whittle because I did laugh. Okay.
The
never-
whittle. The widower will whittle
Yeah.
better.
I mean, Jack's response was pitch perfect anyway. So
Yeah, it was right on for not
thanks.
knowing what you were saying.
for not knowing what he was responding to. So okay, +1. I'll just roll a d20, right?
Justin, what do I add?
Yours was intelligence.
What do I?
Cool, I got
So
it.
it's you add
What?
dexterity, just our dexterity
Dexterity modifier, yep.
modifier. Oh man,
Ooh, it got me some mass cure wounds, babies.
I got a 6, Justin.
Oof.
I got a 5.
I rolled a 4.
Oh,
Got a 13 for I don't
is
know
that
what.
with the is that with the +1? Ryan?
No, that's the
6. Got it.
yeah 6.
3 for each.
I got 23,
Make
and I'm
it-
gonna put that all into the.
Damn.
I'm gonna put. Well, I rolled an 18. I'm gonna put that all into the Rayland and Myetharia thing.
Okay, so 23.
Yes.
All right. Your coordination is definitely improving.
Better be.
Even though the knee
as I
is
say,
a little bit of a hindrance.
I'm working hard.
Yeah, Myetharia is really working hard on the timing.
It's like your knee is really distracting me. It's getting the coordination
I'm
off
gonna-
kilter.
I'm gonna
Just
role
need to-
play my. Go ahead.
I just need to learn how to balance it. That's all. I'll get to it.
Right. Right.
Steph, you said 13?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Winry? Oh,
Oh,
you guys didn't even hear her because she's muted, but it was a 3.
I read her lips though.
Oh man.
Wait, is that? Oh yeah, because you're doing intelligence, right?
Mm-hmm. I rolled a 4 and it's minus.
You're so close.
gonna-
You said
I'm
I
gonna-
was so close last time.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what it is.
Rolling so
Oh,
bad.
maybe it was 4. and
Yeah.
you rolled a 3.
No, she was. I mean, I'll say for hers because it's been so long. But you were 7 away, Winry.
Ugh.
So close.
Next time, I kind of have to do it.
You're now 4 away, so you have
Right.
like a 75% chance of being
You're
able to get it next
inching
time.
closer. I'm gonna role play my bad role and say that I'm focusing more on like practicing swordplay and such,
Don't you
rather
always say
than
he's practicing?
working on that.
Definitely.
Can I? I'll just kind of go up to him at some point and just be, not like high and mighty or anything, but just would you like any help?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, great.
Yes,
We
I-
can demand that you do something else with your spell slots for the group.
This is
Sorry,
fair.
go
Either
ahead.
that or she's just gonna spy on her ex all the time.
Yikes.
Woo!
Good idea, but no.
Spicy.
I mean, what else is she going to personally use Scry for? It's either
Well,
that.
Make sure
You'll
my son's
find out.
alive. Jeez.
Valid. You just message him for that. Just saying, sending is cheaper. I bet.
It seems
Um,
like you are guarding my spell use here, lady.
Not at all. Trying to help you. Yes, I'd be more than happy to practice with you if you'd like. Your aim is to get better. I don't know why you're working so hard at improving your skill with the sword, but
Oh, they're right here. Steph stole my D6s.
But I also suppose it's none of my business.
It's fine for you to inquire. I think I had I think I thought the world was one way, and in being out here and experiencing all this, I see that the world is not the way that I thought it was or the way that I hoped it was. And this is the world we actually live in. And it would be foolish for me to go on all these adventures if I'm not able to defend myself in some way.
You're more than capable of defending yourself without a sword. I'm sorry that...
If I have backup.
I'm sorry that the world has changed your opinion of it. Even if it once before was a little too well thinking of the world at times.
What'd you say? A little what?
Too well thinking. I couldn't think of the right word. I had a specific word, but I couldn't think of it. Well, I don't want to use that word because it was a little too. No.
Yeah, so you kind of fumble over your words, and I go, it was naive.
Optimistic.
No, just. Aren't you? Thank you for finding the right word. No, not naive. Not at all. We're very optimistic, but, I mean, you're right. The world is harsh. I just don't want it to make you harsh.
I now exist in this world, so I have to do what anyone else has to do to survive. I can still hope that things will be better one day, but we need to live in the now. And in the now, you should be good with a sword.
And I'm happy to help.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to have you help. My shoulder is starting to get sore too. I think I'm starting to swing this weird, so maybe a little.
No, it's just your shoulder's just a little high. That's all. Just if you relax it more and swing.
Oh, now that kind of hurts more though.
Oh, okay. Well, let's take a break then. We've been going
probably
at this
a good idea.
A bit.
Well, at the end of about the 4th day after leaving Bresk, the town of Seaquen starts to come into view. It's changed a little bit since you guys were last here. There's more refugee housing, more permanent looking, more permanent feeling on the outskirts. This town is clearly growing. And the areas that are out here on the kind of the outskirts of the city are far less ramshackle, far less tense, less temporary. And it's becoming just the next part of the city as it grows. But as you guys start to explore it, and debrief from your current mission, or previous mission perhaps, I think that this is a great time for us to end tonight's session.